If you were simply to remove the conceptual idea of enlightenment or improvement, if it were just to be wiped from the arsenal in which you relate to, such that there was nothing to go for, and it was all just about kindness. Not letting go of a recognition that the more deeply you know yourself, the more enriched you become. But without a goal, without any goal, and just allowing kindness to be that which moment to moment moves the life. So if there is the experience of disturbance, what kindness would do is just hold the space. If the body is tired, what kindness would do is rest. Just feeling the life where there is no goal, no carrot, and simply being attentive enough to allow kindness to be that which moves everything. And kindness comes out of the heart. Not a goal to root yourself in the heart, but just the simple recognition that kindness comes out of the heart. And allowing the kindness of the heart to move the life. Kindness of the heart is not in thought form. It is intuitive. Nowhere to go, nothing to get, but just being kind enough to yourself to let the intuitive wisdom of the kindness of the heart carry the life. And just to rest in that. And when nothing is up, just resting in what is. What is. It already is. And just resting in that. Without anywhere to go or anything to get. And the conditioned mind coming up with its familiar things, just receiving that conditioning out of the kindness of the heart. Heart is not only so wise, but it is so kind. And it lives within you all the time. Heart has no goal to get somewhere, no agenda of self-improvement. It just is. And it meets everything that has forgotten in complete kindness. Perhaps you can feel the inherent kindness of the heart. Heart has no enemies or opposition, no judgment, no relationship with something called a future or a past, but is alive within you as you. Out of it arises intuitive wisdom, which is the perfect guidance in the life. In order for intuitive wisdom to carry the life, the relationship with mind relaxes, and there is falling into the kindness of the heart. And then you are at rest in this beauty, and intuition moves the form while you have no involvement in any of it. You are not trying to improve or do. You're just resting in the kindness of the heart. That lives within you, that carries all the wisdom to guide everything in the gentlest and kindest way possible. And when there is forgetting, the kindness in the heart meets the forgetting without judgment, without the experience of wrongdoing. And out of the sweetness of this arises a sense of ease. That is independent of the comings and goings of phenomenal experience. Sounds so easy, doesn't it? Out of the ease and the joy arises playfulness, humor. Everything that once seemed so serious is felt to be so light and humorous. The experience of my future dissolves into the ethers from where it came, and the wisdom that carries intuitive guidance replaces the experience of choosing and doing. The taste of kindness and softness replaces the taste of effort and struggle. The experience of being separate and isolated, driven by fear and protection, is replaced by the kindness of heart, which is the unity, the totality, that is complete safety and can be completely trusted. A sense of happiness that was never known begins to arise, and it has such a different flavor because it is not happiness because of something that you know shortly will be taken away. It's not because of anything. And in it there is a resting in something that is recognized, and almost a surprise. How is this hidden? It is the innate way of the heart. The kindness that brings forth the taste of the absolute sweetness of life, as opposed to this unending experience of struggle. And it is what is alive within you right now. And the fast track is always only now. It is not about enlightenment. It's not about some future idea. It's not about improvement. It's not about someone. It's simply about the kindness of heart that is alive within you. Whose nature is pure happiness. No searching. Searching does not ever come out of intuition. Just to rest in the kindness and allow the wisdom of intuitive movement to be the guide. Just to feel the kindness, the sweetness, the happiness of heart. The feeling of freedom in that which is going after nothing. Hi there.
Hi. I don't really have a question. Can you hear me? There's a lot of burning going on in the body right now, and wisdom kind of said I should get closer to the flame. So that's why I'm sitting here.
Yeah. It is learning how to fall in love with yourself. The mind cannot alter its conditioned responses, its program. The reason why the burning is experienced as burning is actually the mind's response. It seems like it is the stimulus and the mind labels the stimulus, but it's actually not how it works. But the mind cannot help itself. It's pure innocence. It was born out of misunderstanding. And your possibility is to meet yourself in this open-hearted space. The burning is love burning. It is about being present in the heart and then meeting what your mind is calling a disturbance from the presence of your heart.
I've noticed a repeated tendency to think something's a problem when it's not.
Every mind does it. Every single mind does it. What it perceives as a problem is the gift of God. It's God's gift for you. It's only a challenge because the conditioning is so strong and wants to deny it and deflect it and get away from it. But the possibility is to receive it. It's more than to receive it. It's to receive it recognizing that it's an aspect of your psyche, like every psyche that has been damaged and is searching for love. It's searching to be held. It's holding yourself. It's having a second chance in this life to make yourself whole.
The seeing this afternoon it feels like this burning is actually like eclipsing the sun, is the word that came to it. That there's something bigger there that I haven't quite seen yet.
Yes, it's beautiful. There is a recognition of this because there's more going on than just the experience of the burning. It's great.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Everything that you have been speaking the last few days is the direct experience. Every single thing you've been saying.
Yes, this is the magic. This is the magic. So there is the taste, and then it is followed by the words following the taste that is alive. Is this what you're saying? Yes. This is the direct indication that the connection is rooting itself. This is important to speak.
It's almost like it feels kind of like something was, I mean, you've been pointing at just the inner workings, but it just feels like something like a Band-Aid was ripped off, and it feels like there's just wanting to kind of scream and yell and just kind of expose it. It's just like something feels really, really good at just exposing everything.
Being set free such that everything trapped can release. This is the nature of the wisdom at work. And at the same time, what feels good is now. And intuition is in the moment. Being set free is being set free from a future and a past. And following the wisdom that has no thought. The more this happens, the more it is trusted. The more it is trusted, the more the life just starts moving on its own without the experience of doing. The more that happens, the more you rest in your nature. The more you rest in your nature, the more alive. The more there is happiness. The more there is the taste of freedom. You know, Hanuman, when I gaze at you, it is so obvious that I am looking upon myself.
It has been obvious from the very first time I saw you, all the time. I'm looking into the Sadguru when I look at you. Then all issues disappear. This retreat presented two issues, and they were not completely small. One back in Sweden that is circulating, and that has brought me into the necessity of vigilance.
Yes, this is.
It's grace.
It is grace.
Yes.
I realize that this dynamic that comes up at home in the play of things could not be more charged. The well-being of a child of yours, the safety, survival, and yet it is a cyclical stimulus that is the key to not wavering from what you know in the face of it. It's the doorway for you. Happiness, true happiness, is in no relationship with anything. None. Otherwise, it is subtleties of conditioning that are temporarily receiving what it feels is good. But no mind has a clue of what is good. You know, back when I lived in Portland, there was a man, very religious man, who came to see me. He didn't know who I was, but he was in a state of total despair and looking for anything. And his son, who was maybe 14, had been he was killed in a car accident. And it happened maybe 1 week before he came in to see me. And this man was in such incredible grief and misery. He could hardly speak. He was in so much pain. And at the very same time while he was there, I could feel this wild joy in his son, who had finished his time in this play and felt released and ecstatic. And the only issue that he had was that his family was grieving and they could not know how grace-filled and beautiful this was for him. The mind cannot know anything. Whatever is in the highest accord. Happiness is. It has nothing to do with anything in particular. It is your eternal nature. When one is relieved from the body temporarily between visits foremost, they are freed of karma. It is the flesh that carries the karma. The story is the karma is mine. But you come in to do this work and you occupy the flesh, and the flesh carries the karma. And then there are these periods, these respites, where you kind of refuel. Either the work is finished or it's not finished. But when the flesh is dropped, the karma is dropped. And then the difference between Donald Trump and Gandhi, in that respite period, there is no difference. The karma is dropped, and the nature of who we are is tasted again. Every single thing, other than the feeling of the heart, the feeling of being, which is eternally, centerlessly alive now, everything else is illusory. Everything. And the source of all of the illusion is the story of me. even with a family member or a son, or they cannot be there if it's not how they affect me. If you are gone, it is all gone. But the only thing that can be gone is the story, because your being is eternally, changelessly, luminously, joyously now. Everything else is the overlay of karma, which is all preordained anyway. Why not live in the kindness? Why not let intuition make the apparent decisions? Why not let go of what binds you into an imaginary world when the nature of your heart is already free? Singing with happiness.